Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous with me, Bring It On. We do have a demonic army marching towards us. Alright, let's do Oberk's quest. I don't remember where the fighting takes place.
I'm gone. We do it my way.
So let's buff up here.
My skills are absolute.
Unimosi travisi, aporane sentes, Adayana, 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 Magritium Turinos, aporane sentes, Unimosi travisi, Apronda dra, Unimosi travisi, Unimosi travisi, Unimosi travisi. Ona Adayana, Unimosi travisi. Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana.
No reason to pause. Adayana. Inimosi travisi. Ona Adayana. Inimosi travisi. Magritium Turinos. Ona Adayana. Magritium Turinos. Inimosi travisi. Amranda. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi.
Suffered enough. Aporane sentes, Ona Adayana. Aporane sentes, Aporane sentes, Aporane sentes, Aporane sentes. Unimosi travisi, Amranda Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana. Unimosi.
Something wrong?
There's beauty hidden in the darkest of places. Too bad no one can see it.
Unimosi travisi. Unimosi travisi. Stagioni sabitur. Stagioni sabitur. Stagioni sabitur.
I shall not be swayed from my path.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. Short of Death Ward. We have two. One on Olbreg, one on Woljif, so we still need 4.
The goddess protects us.
Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana.
Struggles never cease.
She can handle all of these. Then we can get rid of these and put something else. I mean, the casting of Restoration is not a bad idea. We don't need that many Crusaders' Edges. They both can cast it. So we only need 4. I mean, we should have all of these anyway, all 4. Or 4 castings of protection of from every element.
I will lend you my aid.
Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayanam. Ona Adayanam. Ona Adayanam. Ona Adayanam. Ona Adayanam.
We could save a casting here as well, because my main character has spell resistance on his armor.
My will is resolute.
Irimosi Travisi. Ona Adayanam. Lisono Danyam. Irimosi Travisi. Irimosi Travisi. Avramda.
My tail is restless.
Woash, Anna, Ea, Orana, Ea, Orana, Ea, Orana. Now, Ea, Orana, Ea, Orana, Ea, Orana. Now, Ea, Orana, Ea, Orana. Ha, E, Riti.
I will prove my worth.
Inimosi tradisi. 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 Ona Adayanam. Ona Adayanam.
I'm prepared.
Ona Adayanam.
Alright, let's go. We should be all set. I'm missing one casting of Death Ward, but that's fine. I could probably use a scroll.
Please, allow me.
Just to play it safe.
If you dare.
Throwing axe +1.
I'm off.
At last, reinforcements. We barely withstood the attack. Serena heard my prayers and brought you to us. We can use all the help we can get right now, and something. Don't let your guard down. Longer that moves is raising bodies again. The arms. I meant to equip the, Swarmbane clasps, but we might be okay.
I will resist.
I can still fight.
Yeah, that's why we need the Swarmbane clasps equipped. At last. I thought you'd never come. The strong-built man addressing you has a calm, confident expression. But Serena wasn't wrong about you after all. I mean, Karenai. Can't get it right for the life of me. Who are you? Don't you remember? I was man of the gate when you first showed up here. I'm Holgan, captain of the guard. The man shakes his head. Have you been waiting for me? I'm under orders to. The town's unsettled right now. Asena told me to meet you, give you the gist of things, and then send you along to her. Who's in charge of the town now? Like I said, Asena sent me here. She's in charge now. Since the wolf made her will known, Sigmorn has taken a step back. He's been helping her with everything, almost as if she were his daughter. But that's their business. At least they're not squabbling every day anymore, and that's what matters. So, typical video game trope or story trope, you think that Sigmorn would probably end up creating more animosity between him and Asena, and that's probably who the conflict would be with, but that's actually not the case. Now, what's happening in town? All is fairly quiet in Gundrun right now, if you don't count the Ustalavic army in the streets. In the streets and just outside the walls. I'll be honest, I've never seen so many soldiers in all my life. Why are there Ustalavic soldiers here? Don't ask me. My job was just to meet you and pass on a message. Here goes the message. If you want to help Gundrun, don't dally a minute and go to the chieftain's house. You'll find out everything you need to know there. Huzzah. Well, with that, let's go ahead and equip our clasps. The Usalavs piled into the pub and drank all our beer. Those monsters. You came to my house. My house. You're only a guest here. You're acting like you own the place. My lord has done you an honor, you dog. He's brought an army to aid your pitiful little town. Show some respect. Trashing other people's houses is a crime. I'm leaving, only because I don't want any trouble. Can't go that way.
I do what I must.
Fair enough.
This is my kind of work.
Watch your tongue, ghoul. Who are you calling a freak? How about an arrow between your eyes, eh? Who are you threatening? Will a knife between the ribs help you find your manners? You're looking at an officer of Usalav. Shut your trap, swineherd, or I'll shut it for you. I'll count to 3, and then give you a beating you won't forget anytime soon. Best count to 2, you illiterate swine. It'll be easier for you. You picked a great time to start a fight. These thugs got drunk and beat up one of our men. Are they here to work, or to guzzle our beer? The mangy cur insulted our uniform. As soldiers of Ustalav, we cannot let that stand. Of course, the enemy's at the gate. It's a perfect time to squabble among yourselves. Fools. Right now we're all fighting on the same side. Who are you to be lecturing us? Have at 'em, boys. It's almost as if the soldiers on both sides have been waiting for this. They shout battle cries and throw themselves at one another like wild beasts.
We won't fall here.
I'll have to fight all of them.
Swear it.
Rather just fight the
yourself.
Ustalavs, but sure. I'm not sure why I'm even involved in this fight. Bring you back for a moment. These blockheads are at it again. Thank you for bringing them to heel, Commander. I did a bit more than that. I exploded like half of them. It takes you a while to recognize Arisen Cray as this aristocrat clad in expensive, gleaming armor. There doesn't seem to be a single speck of dust on it, let alone any trace of battle. It's good to see you. You're right on time. Punctuality is a fine habit to have. What happened here? Demons. Arisen bites his lip pensively. The object I told you about. I think it's in the Wolf's Temple after all, and the demons are desperate to get it. They won't stop until they lay their ugly hands on it. But let me remind you again, if the relic ends up in my possession, your reward will be most generous. What's brought the Ustalavic army to this town? An order from the Prince of Ustalav. Arisen smiles at you, but there's steel in that smile. Why does everyone keep going on about whose army it is? Why not just welcome the help? I have connections. Very powerful connections. Look around. For as long as my people are here, nothing is threatening Gundrun. The townsfolk just have to leave past differences behind and take a bold step into a new day, without any silly tales of old Sarkoris. Who are you really? A man of business, as I've told you before. Let's just say the true scope and scale of my business are greater than people here assumed. He lays a hand on his heart and bows his head slightly. Arisen Cree, Baron of Varlau, at your service. You betrayed Gundrun. I most certainly have not. The future of Gundrun only stands to gain from there being, at long last, a strong leader at the helm. A well-connected leader, if you know what I mean. The Ustalavic blockade will be lifted. That means no more shortages of food or other articles. It means travelers coming here, and our strong army always being there to protect the people from demonic monsters. Could that chit of a girl or the big fellow offer anything of the sort? No, they could not. But I can. Ustalav wants these lands. You really think Ustalav would want this scrap of land? An amusing misconception. I alone want this scrap of land. Indeed, not even the land itself, but something that it comes with. You were more polite to me before. That was when I was wearing the mask of a humble, obliging merchant. And I do apologize if my tone toward you seemed a little haughty. Naturally, I feel nothing but the deepest respect for the commander of the Crusaders. I have other business. Don't we all? Good luck.
We do it my way. Follow if you dare.
I sense something.
Huh. Praise be to Karenai, the Protector. You're here. The Senate looks at you with gratitude in her eyes. My call was heard. She's drenched in the blood of slain demons, but she holds herself with pride. There's been a subtle change in her appearance since the Divine Wolf marked her as her chosen. Those fiends. Where did they even come from? And I'm not talking about the Ustalavs. Sigvorn leans on his sword heavily. He smiles as he looks at you. I have to admit, seeing you here is a big weight off my shoulders. He's got big shoulders. Are you two alright? The demons didn't batter your old bones too badly, did they, Sigvorn? Ascena carefully examines Sigvorn as she wipes the blood off her cheek. I'll live, Issa. He smiles at her amiably, his eyes warm with fatherly affection. Thank you for running to my rescue. I wouldn't have lasted this long on my own. You seem to be getting along better. Much has changed lately. Just look at the woman our lover of tales has become in your absence. All because of the burden of responsibility. Focusing on every word the Chosen One says, Sigvorn chuckles. Oh, stop it, you. Ascena smiles back at him. Kurenai has shown me a new path, and I must walk it honorably. What's happening in town? A shadow of worry falls across Asena's face. The town. It is abuzz like a wild beehive. The people on the verge of panic. The Slavic army lords over our streets, but the worst things are happening over in the Sacred Grove. O Kurenai. My goddess cries out for help, but I am too weak. There's nothing I can do for her. She clenches her fist powerlessly, her fingernails cutting into her palms. You need it here, Issa. We take back the town first, then we'll head for the temple. We have to play this right, step by step. What's going on at the Sacred Grove? The demons attacked the town to stop us from helping Kurenai. They want to get into the temple. I don't know why, but I can sense the goddess's distress. Something is approaching. Something strange and threatening. Oh my Kurenai. She's trying to keep her emotions in check, but her voice wavers at the end. There are too many enemies for such a small town. But now that you're here, I can feel the scales tipping into balance. Why are there Ustalavic troops in Gundrun? Because there's a rat in our home. Although that is a disservice to rats. Arison Kree. Sigmund forces himself to utter the name. Those are his people. What a fool I was. I thought to myself, he's your run-of-the-mill merchant, nothing to worry about. He brings in goods, and that's fine with me. And would you look at that? Our shabby little minnow has turned out to be a big fish. When the demons came, the merchant offered us his help. He promised a band of loyal fighters from the border, and instead returned with the whole army. Maybe they really will help us retake the town. But how are we supposed to make them leave afterward? I'll help you reclaim Kurenai's temple. Asena's eyes gleam with belligerent fire. Our victory follows in your wake. Kurenai has always believed in you. Save her, for no one else can.
I'm off. I do what I must.
The demon army is vast and can move against us at any moment. But we are ready and will not falter. Sigvorn's face is full of determination. Each of us is ready to fight and die for the land that we call home. Asena's delicate fingers curl into fists. Have you got a plan? The gate is broken, but the Ustalovs have erected strong barricades near the town entrance. I worked with the alchemists from Ustalov and our hunters. We made a special combustible compound. When the attack begins, I give the signal to set fire to the mixture, and it will send walls of flame soaring up to the sky. The enemy won't be able to get past without losses. What forces are at our disposal? I brought all of my force back from Numeria. The entire clan is here now. There's also a squad of locals being trained by Holgan. And of course, there are the Ustalovs. A whole army of them. No matter how much their presence here angers me, right now it can only be to our benefit. I need a little more time. Best not tarry. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Alright. We don't need to rebuff yet. But I am going to call it here, and next time we will participate in the defense of Gundrun. Because it is a pretty lengthy sequence from what I remember. We go over here, we defend against waves of demons.
Should move.
So we'll do that next time. But for now, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.